How to make a bookkeeping business plan. And I'm going to be talking about how to do that from the perspective of One Up on Wall Street, a book by Peter Lynch. So I make these videos primarily because I know that if I would have had that something like this 7 years ago, I'd be a lot further in the game, and it would have been a lot easier for me to grow my accounting firm to six figures. It took me about 14 months to be able to have my first $15,000 month in my accounting firm, and it shouldn't take me that long, just quite frankly, but I just didn't know what I didn't know. So now I make videos for this. And for some people, like if they want extra help, they can always go and reach out to me and join inside the private mastermind program and the private mentorship program so they can grow their business as well. But back to the book. Okay, so when I was first getting started, I got a piece of information from a family friend who, she owned this like $1 million laser company. And she's like, you need to go and make your brochures, your website, and your literature. If you don't have those, you're not going to be able to sell. And that took me about 3 months to be able to make those because at first I tried to do the website myself, and that took a little while, and I paid someone to do the website, and then like we paid someone to make my brochures, and we paid to go, and it was just all this time that was being spent. And even though it wasn't very much money, it was just the fact that our time was being sucked away and spent. In those first 4 months, we made $0. We made $0. We were just spending all of our time just kind of driving from place to place, going to Chamber of Commerce to networking events, and like we would stick our brochures that we made and we spent all that money for, and we just put them on the Chamber of Commerce. Like they have like a bookshelf with different brochures. And even 7 years later, I still go back to that same Chamber of Commerce every I think it's like every once a month or every 2 weeks, and because I do like this I do like this give back program for people who are just starting out a business. Um, and then we just kind of give them advice about how to grow a little bit faster. But all that to say, whenever I go past that bookshelf, I still see those original brochures sitting there, and the old ones too. Like no one has picked them up, and it's just kind of funny to see that and just be like, wow, that did not work. Instead, nowadays we invest our time is just leverageable ways and simple ways to be able to get our message out to more people. Number one, that's LinkedIn. Number two is Instagram. Number three would be utilizing more of like a referral strategy. And we'll talk about the referral strategy in a minute, but we have to make sure this stuff is simple. You have to go as direct to the end client as possible. Now, most people, what they try and do when they first get started is they like try and go on Upwork, right? And Upwork is not bad if you're trying to get like your first 1 to 3 clients, but in a lot of cases, you're so underpaid because you're competing against people who are lowering their price so low, so it makes it very hard for most people to stand out. Now, I'm not saying you can't stand out. There are some people that make a good amount of money using Upwork as their main lead source. However, for the average individual who's just getting started and does not know what to do, you're generally not going to be making much money. I've had students inside of my mentorship program, like for example, JT. He was having trouble actually charging $30 per hour. Now, keep in mind, he is a CPA with about 9 years industry experience, right? And they weren't giving more than $30 per hour. So his max client when we first started working there was about $300 per month. And I was sitting there like, whoa, bro, like that's way too low. And he's like, I have to be able to go and offer higher value services and stuff. And I'm like, we could just go and get clients that actually want your help and are willing to pay you more money because they're just better quality clients. He's like, what? So that's what he started doing. Like he started charging like $750 per month for like 150 transactions. Then we gave him a virtual CFO service offer that allows him to be able to start his prices off at $2,000 per month for very passive work. It's more just like analysis and things like that. But the whole point of that is to say is he started investing in like social media marketing. So being able to build a small audience of about 300 business owners that were doing anywhere from 6 figures to 8 figures, who started really taking a liking to him and started really connecting to him. So nowadays it's very simple. He doesn't really have to do very much. He doesn't have to do much in the form of like marketing. He spends probably about 30 minutes, if that, per day on marketing. And all his marketing now revolves around is like, who wants to work with me? And then people just raise their hand. Now, I'm not saying that that's how he started. He didn't start like that. We did have to do some harder work in the beginning, but due to it being like a really simplified task, which brings us even into number three, it's simple. So if you want some help, go ahead and click on the link inside the description below. If it's not quite the right time yet, or it's just not the right scenario for you, then don't worry about not booking a call. Just keep watching these videos, and when you're ready, then let's move forward and let's talk about working together. If that's you, I'll see you on the call. If it's not you, we'll see you in the future. I'll see you soon, okay? Have a great day. Talk to you later.